All right, so in most of my videos, guys, you hear me talking about healing. There's a reason as to why. I know it's very difficult. I know it's pretty tough to heal from after narcissistic abuse. So it's really very hard. I understand. I do get it. Okay, but empaths, please heal. Let me explain to you why I'm pushing you to heal. Let's check our microphone. Oh, microphone is okay. I'll tell you why I'm pushing you to heal. First of all, before you understand this whole healing thing, understand the objective and the intention of the NAC. That's very important. Understand what they did really want from you. They wanted to destroy you, okay? They wanted to destroy you, whether it was destroying you financially, whether it was economically, physically, emotionally, in every way. They wanted to destroy you. So they wanted to kill your spirit. They found you with very good energy. You was a beautiful person, full of love, empathy, a giver, a lover, So those qualities, they only came because they wanted those things for themselves. Are you guys following? So they wanted those qualities for themselves. And the only way they could get those qualities, even closer to those qualities, was by meeting a beautiful soul like you. So in other words, when they met you, they went to work. They went to work. They started destroying you because, so they infected you with their narcissism, and in return, they stole all your qualities from you. That's the reason as to why you see, when you have left a narcissistic individual, in most case scenarios, you may sometimes look like the narcissist because you have adopted so much from them. You have learned so much from them, okay? Most of the things you took as important, as valuable, they were the things they stole from you. And then in exchange, they gave you their own dirty qualities. So he was just not aware of it, so to say. Yeah. He wasn't just, aware of it. So when everything is done, the narcissist is ready to let you go, to discard you. But before they let you go, they have to make sure that you're broken to the core. You are broken to your core, spiritually. You're broken. They don't expect in any sense, in any way, for you to rise up and get up on your feet, go out there, do the work on yourself, and heal. They don't expect it. They don't even want it to happen, because if that happens, then that actually means they have failed. It means they have failed, okay? There is nothing that is very humiliating for a narc than waking up one day and realizing that they have failed. That is very painful, okay? That in itself, it can cause that particular individual to collapse. As we're speaking, I know one of them who is collapsing at the moment, okay? They are collapsing. I know one of them. They are collapsing. They are in their collapsing stage. Now, the moment you walk away from a narcissistic relationship, I can already assume that you're already traumatized. The trauma will vary depending on the narcissist you've been dealing with. The trauma may vary. So, if it's these high-grade narcissists, for example, then the trauma is also very intensive. Now, healing from that trauma is very painful as well, and is very, very difficult. It takes ages. It takes years. There is people who I know, I've seen, even after years, 7 years, 5 years, 8 years, they are still healing. They cannot still put together what exactly happened. They cannot put everything together. They don't even have the words for it. But you see, we coaches, what we do, we sensitize you, okay? We give you awareness. We don't teach you to revenge, okay? When you leave a narcissist, we don't tell you to revenge. You cannot revenge against a demon. The only thing you can ever do for yourself, when you have a general awareness of who a narcissist is, you start walking away from them. Are you guys following? When you walk away, you go and find a very quiet spot, and then you start doing some work on yourself. Okay? You find a quiet spot, something what I used to call a comfort zone, your comfort zone, and you can start healing. Now, we have all been there. We know the pain, we know the torture, we know the humiliation, the manipulation, and everything. But it is also very possible, ladies and gentlemen, we are living examples that a person can heal after abuse. Okay? You do what it takes. Ladies and gentlemen, so most of the times I offer these sessions and I'm helping people to heal. I show them what I had to do. I offer these sessions because I want you to heal, okay? And to protect yourself as well. Not only healing, also protect yourself, very important. So you do whatever it takes. When I was on my healing journey, so around me in this park is when my healing started, okay? Because I started figuring out things on my own. I was like, oh, maybe if I do this, I'll feel better. So sometimes I would start with the simple things that I learned from some coaches, go and do some grounding. And for me, I was like, oh, just something as simple as removing my shoes and walking barefooted is a piece of cake. Where I'm from, we could do that every day. We didn't even know that we were grounding, but we used to walk around with our feet when I was young. I started doing that. And eventually, other coaches recommended eating well. So I started paying attention to what I used to eat. Okay, I got rid of sugary stuff. I still use sugar, but very little, very limited, not a lot. I started getting rid of foods that I knew were high density foods. Okay, so I did everything. So you do what it takes to heal. The coaches are here, we are here. If you cannot do this on your own, we help you. If you cannot afford, there is still some tutorials that coaches put out there when it comes to healing post-abuse. The moment you start healing, ladies and gentlemen, and there's even one thing I want to let you guys know. When you're on your healing journey, what you're also going to notice, that narcissist is going to start sneaking up on you. Okay? They're going to show up at your workplace. Oh, I was moving around and, I was in the neighborhood. So I decided to come around and say hello, and all that's bullshit. So they're going to show up. And they're not really showing up because they want you. They're just showing up because they want to see. the damage that they did on your life, was it effective? Did it actually work? They want to know. So they want to know what you're doing with yourself. They want to find out, how is your healing journey going? Should they ever sense that you have reached a certain degree of healing, then the hoovers are going to come in. The hoovers will start. I was hovered, maybe it was like about 3 years into my healing journey. I got the hoovers, but for me, I wouldn't fall for that BS. You know, sometimes when the narcissist is hovering you after healing, you can feel like you want to puke. You know, when they start those hoovers and everything, and your mind drags you back to that abuse. You can feel that you want to puke. It feels like vomit. You know, that's how it feels when you've healed. They are going to start understanding that you are the person that actually got away. Okay? They will realize that they have played with everybody and everyone, but you're still the person that got away. They was never able to break you. You know? So they had this plan of breaking you, but God was with you. You know, divine intervention. God released you from this toxic person, and you went out there to do you. And now you're healing, and that is what is breaking the narcissist. That is how you know that you're dealing with demons. A person who has been broken and then they are healing, and they want to do better. And then for some mysterious reason, the person that broke them, they are interfering with their healing. You know, is what lets you understand that you're dealing with a very toxic person. So you do everything, and you put in the work. Okay? You do everything, you put in the work. When you heal, that narcissist is going to die in regret. Some narcissists have been known to collapse. The moment their grade A supply has healed, they are moved on, they are too happy with their lives, they are too contented with life. You know, they are vibrant, they are not bothered with toxicity, they're not even bothered with the relationships. The narcissist knows that. That kind of thing will break a narcissist. It can cause a narcissistic injury because in their crooked minds, they're like, how did this person get away? They will forever obsess about you because they don't understand how you did get away. Okay? They cannot understand how you got away. They will always remember and understand that you were the strong person. You was the one. You see, because they may have had so many victims behind you, so many of them, and the pattern has been the same. But this time they ran into somebody, most likely a super empath, and they did their best, and that person didn't break. They don't understand how you did it. It is confusing a narcissist. They may have sleepless nights when they figured out the person that they tried to destroy for years, it didn't work. It did not work, ladies and gentlemen. That person went out there, that person healed. Okay? So if you want to understand a narcissist, especially post discard, the only thing you can do is educate yourself. Okay? Information is here. It's not like, for example, many years ago when nobody was speaking, nobody was talking. Everything was under the radar. But now, information is there. The coaches were here. Okay? So you can go and educate yourself, learn about what is going on. Okay? And eventually understand that narcissistic abuse wasn't the end of the story. There is life after abuse, a very beautiful life after abuse, for that matter. Okay, so sometimes you may hear things like, I'm talking about post-healing, when you've done that healing on yourself. Now, when I'm talking about healing, I don't mean that you're going to heal 100%. Okay, I don't say you're going to heal 100%. It could happen, yes. There's a lot of work to be done, but sometimes you may heal to a certain percentage. But the healthy way to understand that you're healing is when you have crossed like 50%, when you're above the 50%. Okay, that's when you know that, oh, this, you're seeing the results. You start to see the results because you feel better, you're more healthy, you feel happy. You know, you can make conscious decisions about everything. You're no longer naive, is how you know that you're healing. Okay, so you may hear cases and stories such as, you know, your ex-narc is in hospital. Something happened to their leg. Because I've done the video before about karma, and I've told you guys, normally the deeper you heal is the more the karma comes back to those guys. The karma starts hitting them very hard in the face because they failed an assignment. Okay, all the efforts they did and they tried to take you out, they didn't work. They have failed, and now the karma starts hitting back at them. Okay, and most of the times they're not even there. Okay, they are collapsing. They're with a new supply. They're tired of that new supply. They don't even want to look at that person because there's a person behind along that chain that decided to wake up and got out there to do the work on themselves. Okay, so for me, in my own opinion, a narcissist has pushed us further into our evolution. Okay, for the super empaths, this kind of abuse only pushes us further into our evolution. We fall down, yes, we fall down in those relationships. We break. I was one of them, the broken ones. But for some miraculous reason, we wake up, we fight back, we take our power back, and we rise to the top. Okay? That's the person they call the super empath. So those guys, they will know that you was the strongest person they ever dealt with. Amongst all the people they have behind the victims, you was the strongest one. You was the one that survived. You was the one they couldn't break. You was the one that got away. They are going to remember you for the rest of their lives. It's inevitable. Okay, guys? So I hope I've encouraged you guys to start your healing journey. You know that I do love and appreciate your support. Please book a session. You may donate or support my channel. And until then, I will catch you guys in my next one. Denzamo signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.